Okay, everybody. Today I'm going to walk through how the FAST group uses the Open Science Framework. So this is my dashboard. When you create an account, you'll see your kind of username up in the right. And what I'm going to walk through today is how you would start a new project. So to start a new project, you click Create a New Project, and you want to give your project a name. And so the project I'm starting is a open source software project that we use to help harvest open access repository from preprints for repositories at Western. And so I put in the title of my project. That you can choose your storage location, and you can also add a basic description here. So let's say this is an open source software repo for harvesting access preprints. And you can give a bigger description later on. You can also use a template to set it up. But if you're starting the first one ever, you don't have a template, so I'll do it that way. So you hit Create, and you want to go to the project that you're working on. And you can see how this is set up. So the navigation within the project is on the upper left hand. Navigation within all of the Open Science Framework is on the upper right. The project has a basic description. The first thing that you want to do is add a license. And so the licenses that we most commonly use in the FAST group is the new general public license JPL3. And so then it automatically puts in all the text, and hopefully you are quite familiar with that already. And you click Save, and that's automatically tagged to your project. Every Open Science Framework project has a wiki associated with it, so if you have instructions for building something, if you're compiling the code, you can put it in there. You can add components, and so for our hardware projects, we might have firmware and software and electrical work and CAD, and you can have each thing be a separate component so that you can reuse components in other projects. You can add some tags to find them to make it easier to see. This is very easy, and so let's see, maybe open access. And so this would be the same as adding keywords for your eventual paper. Now, the way that you add files to it is you click on the storage. You can either drag and drop your files to it, or click Upload, browse on your computer, and upload a file. This is the basics of it, and most of what Open Science Framework is doing is a place for data repositories, but we use it basically as a way that we can create a registration, which is a time and date stamped DOI of the repository that we can then cite within peer-reviewed papers. The wiki is helpful, as I already mentioned, for kind of giving instructions. Analytics lets you see kind of how it's being used. Registrations, this is how you would set that up when you do your kind of final version. The default setting for the Open Science Framework is private, and so you kind of can work on it within the group. And then when we're ready and it's ready to share with the rest of the world, you can just click Make Public. The other thing that I want to show you how to do is contributors. And so if you want to add other people to the project, if I didn't start it for you and you want to say add me, you can look me up. But in this case, I'm going to use Jack, who's the kind of first author on this. And so there, he's already there. And so I'll add him and click add, and then he has read and write access as well to this repository. And he'll get an email that will give him a link directly to it. And so now you can see he has read write. I'm the administrator, and this project is ready to go. And so this is relatively easy to use. It keeps a log of everything that everybody has done on it. It does keep a log of all the changes that happen to a file, and the only thing that you have to be careful of is that if you delete a file, all of that goes away. So you just want to be very careful not to delete things that you don't want permanently gone. And so this is how to use the Open Science Framework.